From the one and only, this is a Local 10 News Update, sponsored by FHIA, Florida Home Improvement Associates.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nikki Mohan. Here's a look at stories making news on this Monday, December 9th. A vigil was held Sunday night for Frank Ordonez, the UPS driver killed during last week's shootout in Miramar. Family members and friends gathering outside the UPS facility where he worked in Doral. Ordonez was killed when police exchanged gunfire with two suspects in his hijacked UPS truck on Miramar Parkway last Thursday. The suspects, along with Richard Cutshaw, a man sitting nearby in his car, were also killed. A viewing will be held for Ordonez in Miami Monday evening, and he will be laid to rest on Tuesday. An investigation is underway after a police-involved shooting in Hollywood. The pursuit began in Hallandale Beach, where officers tried pulling over a driver who refused to stop. At one point, a passenger reportedly waved a gun outside of that vehicle. The chase ended at the Shell gas station in Hollywood, where police say they were forced to fire when the suspects tried to run off. One is in custody, the other is in the hospital. Police are also investigating a deadly crash in Deerfield Beach where a driver slammed into two people riding a moped. It happened on Sunday at Northeast 48th Street near Hellwig Terrace, not far from Deerfield Beach High School. One resident says he heard the crash, then ran outside and heard people screaming down the street from the house. BSO says the woman on the moped was killed. A man who was also riding it was critically injured. The driver stayed on the scene to speak with deputies.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying, play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
People in Little Haiti were treated to a once-in-a-lifetime church service when rapper Kanye West made an appearance at VU Church. Thousands of people lined the streets hoping to get a chance to hear Kanye preach. He has been holding Sunday services around the world. And when people learned that he'd be taking the stage, they rushed to iTech High School to be part of it. Well, as breaking news happens, remember we always have you covered on air and online. Head to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates.